Hi everyone, my name is John Crew. I'm the Vehicle Director here at Cloud Imperium Games. This year I'm once again joined by Ben Curtis, Vehicle Art Director, and Paul Jones, Concept Art Director, and this is our yearly Ship Talk panel. Like previous years, we'll be talking about something coming soon, something being announced today, something coming a bit later, and then the fan favourite, the Pick a Ship or Vehicle concept series. To kick things off this year, we're going to be talking about our new concept ship, which is the Crusader Spirit. This is a series of ships from Crusader Industries that is designed to take on a variety of other manufacturers' ships at the two-person crew level and does a wide variety of tasks depending on which variant you pick. The two standout competitors to this ship are naturally the Cutlass and obviously the Cutlass Blue, Red, Steel, and the Freelancer series. Those are all similar sized ships to this, and they also cover similar sort of roles. Compared to the Cutlass and Freelancer series, the Spirit benefits from not only Crusader Industries' sort of stylish physical appearance, but also their renowned speed and agility over those other variants. We have three variants of the Crusader Spirit. We have the C1, which is the cargo hauler version. We have the A1, which is the light to sort of medium bomber version. And then we have the E1, which is the executive VIP transport version.
One of the really nice features of the Spirit series as a whole is the front half of the ship is kind of like this shared area, and it's the rear section that swaps out.
So the C1 is the cargo hauler version. This comes with 48 SCU of cargo capacity in the central area, accessible like the other versions via the rear ramp. It's wide enough to allow a variety of ground-based vehicles on board, such as the Cyclone. You won't be fitting larger things in it like the tank. However, with the size of the cargo bay on the C1, you can put a vehicle and still have some cargo capacity left over. The A1 is the bomber version of the Spirit, which sort of splits the difference between the Hercules A2's bomber version, which has both size 10 and size 3 bomb options. This comes with size 5 bombs. They are arranged in two vertical gravity dropped formations down each side of the central area. So you have a nice little walkway down the middle, and then you have the two sort of lines of bombs each side of you, and you'll be able to see them drop out of the bottom of the ship.
It delivers a different role to what the Starlifter does in terms of the bomber. I think it's a much kind of smaller, faster ship, so it's much more agile. You're going to be kind of getting in and out and you know, doing your bombing run and then getting back out of the danger zone quite quickly. So it feels quite familiar in that sense, but it does deliver a unique kind of play style compared to the Starlifter.
So you might be asking yourself which one's better, and it really depends on what you want to wipe off the face of the planet that you're bombing. Obviously the A2 has both heavy hitters and what could be described as carpet bombing, whereas this is sort of for when you don't want to completely annihilate everything on the ground. And lastly we have the E1 variant, which solely exists to give Jared Hartburn over his Starliner. So this is a sort of taste of what the Starliner will get in the future, but on a much smaller scale.
VIP1 is a really interesting module. It's basically split into two levels, and so we really wanted to sort of have that VIP experience. Obviously, you're coming into a sort of multi-role ship, but when you get into the module, you've got lockers, space to put any sort of personal belongings. Essentially, you go into two elevators, left or right, and take you up to the top deck. So it has that sort of first-class feeling.
I think what really makes the E1 stand out compared to some of our other ships is the kind of the large panoramic glass roof. So when you're in this kind of shared VIP area, you're going to have great views and be able to kind of like explore the berths in something that I think is going to be quite unique.
And we also have the Mixmaster, which is at the front of front of the module, which is basically where players can go and choose whatever their drink it is. So it's, you know, cocktails or coffee. Then players will also have super comfy seats. They'll have the widescreen TV in the module.
I'm really excited to see when we start getting our players and our AIs into these ships and being able to kind of explore the verse and you know, experience that kind of luxury living that well, I've not yet to experience.
So between the 3 variants, there are a number of shared areas. The sort of core of the ship changes with each variant, but there are some aspects which don't need to change. And starting from the front of the ship, you naturally have the cockpit or the bridge. So like other Crusader ships, you have the side-by-side pilot to co-pilot arrangement. Then you have behind them their living quarters / bunk area and component access. And then you have the variant section, which does change the sort of internal floor plan of the ships between them. Then at the rear of the ship, you naturally have the ramp access area. So that's the Crusader Spirit. We hope you look forward to seeing this and seeing what it can do in the game in the future.